Okay. You want to know what the most important contributor to your health is? It's the autonomic nervous system. I know that's probably not something you got up this morning thinking about, and your well journey, your autonomic nervous system and how healthy it is. Maybe you did. I don't know. Maybe that's something you did. But the autonomic nervous system, or ANS for short, it controls our heart rate. It controls what hormones that your glands are secreting. It even sizes up the state of alarm in your body and then coordinates a response. And a traumatized nervous system, or ANS, is volatile. It's overwhelmed. It's hyperactive. And it has learned to perceive everything as a threat, which means that your nervous system is constantly pushing you into this sympathetic state, which you may know as fight, flight, or freeze, right? And to stay off this overprotective defensive mechanism, you need to send your body signals of safety so that your ANS, that autonomic nervous system, and the rest of you can find peace and finally calm the heck down, right? Anybody resonating with any of this? And while having an overactive nervous system can make life more challenging, I hope that you'll allow me to interject some hope into your day. If your nervous system was trained to be overactive, you can retrain it to react appropriately, or even to remain calm when the world is trying to tell you to be anxious. Okay? There's several tools and resources that are easy to access and deploy in those moments when you need help coming back to a parasympathetic state, which is what we call rest and digest. Today, we're going to talk about 3 of those tools. If you're going to find more. My goal today, it really is to help give you resources that are easy to use, but will have a lasting impact on your emotional state. Okay, now I'm going to scooch here a little bit because the sun is moving with us. And hopefully that, okay, maybe like shift every few minutes here, but shift me, okay? Will you? Yeah. Okay, I appreciate that. So, are you resonating with this? Yes? Is this something that is are you tracking what I'm coming? Okay. And then I want you to think about, are you or your child feeling stressed, anxious, inflamed, or even otherwise unwell? We're going to find out how to send your nervous system a healing signal of safety. So we're going to start with the easiest one, okay? Breathing. Now, before you turn me off and think, oh my gosh, I already know how to do breathing. It's simple, like it's on automatic, right? It's not. the way that you breathe can have a profound impact on your emotions. Did you know that? Now, maybe you've seen an old movie where a person had an attack, and the people around them would inevitably tell them to sit down and take a deep breath, and they give them a paper bag to breathe into, right? Did you ever wonder why the paper bag? When a person becomes panicked, they take shorter, shallower breaths, and deeper breathing will slow the heart rate and start the process of returning a person to that parasympathetic state where your body can actually rest and it can be in a state to actually digest food properly. So using the paper bag would allow the person to see how quickly they were breathing, and it would allow them to try to, quote, fill the bag with each breath, giving kind of a visual clue of your breathing rate in a handy tool, I guess, if you want to call the paper bag a handy tool. But a breathing exercise that we use in the Miller household is one that is also used by the Navy SEALs, but I'm going to make one little tweak on it. Okay. Box breathing. Raise your hand if you've heard of it. Yes. Now, I'm not going to say that the Navy SEALs started using it because of us, but it does seem a little coincidental that both of us use the same breathing technique. You can make your own decision. Anyway, as you take your breaths, I want you to imagine that you are drawing a box on a piece of paper. And if you're reading our transcription of this, you'll be able to see I'm going to have a handy tool for you to use that can kind of help you visualize this process. If you aren't subscribed to our newsletter and get the transcription of this, you can easily do that at our website, 3lifeessentials.com/news. But what you're going to do is each edge of the box that drawing is going to take 4 seconds to draw. Now, as you begin on the first corner, you're going to breathe in for 4 seconds, inhaling through your nose. And you're going to hold your breath for 4 seconds, drawing that box. Then breathe out for 4 seconds, and then hold for 4 seconds. Do you see I drew a box? Okay. Now, if 4 seconds seems too long, you can try 2 or 3 and see if that works better for you. But your goal is to kind of work towards four counts. Now, each set of the 4 sides is one box, right? You're going to begin by doing 4 sets or boxes, and watch as your peace of mind gradually begins to settle in. Now, if you want a simple hack to do while you're doing this, I encourage you to have some Adaptiv Calming blend, your essential oils fusing nearby, or you could even put a drop in the palm of your hands. And just making sure that was the right oil that I was speaking about. And you can do the box breathing while your hands near your face so that you can breathe that in. So you would breathe in for 4 seconds, hold 2, 3, 4, out. Also through your nose. Now, that is the hack I want to encourage you to do. I want you to do all of that box breathing through the nose. You may have heard exhale through the mouth. I want you to forget that. Okay. Do all of the box breathing through the nose. There's a whole nother reason why we're going to be doing all of that, but that will enhance the process, enhance the nitric oxide production in the body, but also will help stimulate that autonomic nervous system to go into rest and digest more quickly. So if you want some simple tools to keep you on track with this, you can try the Breathly app. It's a handy resource to walk you through it. And then again, like I said, I have a handy tool on a free YouTube video that you can use that will kind of help you through this process. Okay. So, and if you find yourself needing some more additional support with breathing support, or even with sleep, panic, anxiety, anxiousness, I'm actually going to be eventually launching breathing therapy that will go alongside with this. So stay tuned with us on Telegram or here on YouTube, and you'll find out about that. Or you can stay tuned with our newsletter as well at 3lifeessentials.com/. So let's talk about the second tool. The second one is earthing or grounding. Now we think through our day. It's really remarkable how little our bodies come in contact with the actual earth, especially compared to the almost constant contact our ancestors had, right? We wake up in a house that's constantly showered in electromagnetic radiation. It's separated by the ground by concrete. Of course, not in our instance. If you travel full time or if you travel in your fifth wheel, maybe it's not separated by concrete. But before we leave the house, then we put on shoes, and typically with rubber soles, right? And then we ride around in a car with rubber tires. And then we go into a building with a foundation that once again separates us from the earth. And even in our backyards, most of us are constantly wearing shoes. So the practice of grounding or earthing is simply the act of connecting our body directly with the earth. And you may think, how would that have anything to do with my nervous system? But this could really happen by 15 minutes of walking barefoot in the grass or swimming in a natural body of water. When we connect our body to the earth, we benefit from that movement of electrons that help to move free radicals from our bodies and bring balance, because we are electrical beings. Now, since our bodies run on electrical impulses, the effects could be, right? Most people immediately say they feel better. Think about the last time that you walked along the beach with your feet maybe just along the edge of the water. It's actually where you get the most benefit. If you can get your body connected to the earth that is actually a little bit wet or near the water, that's actually even more beneficial, more electrical, so to speak. But so many studies report improved sleep. People share that, and you've probably experienced it as well. Lower anxiety, reduced pain, and overall better health. So something with such a low price tag and it's so easy accessible, it would be a shame to miss out on its health benefits. So try to find 10 to 15 minutes of your day today to get your feet in connected to the earth. Now, the last thing I'm going to share with you is called Safe and Sound. And this is our Safe and Sound protocol. And we have discussed, the electrical impulses running through our bodies and the effect that electrical regulation has on our feelings of well-being. But sometimes, despite our efforts with grounding, with breath work, our nervous system can actually get stuck in old pathways of stress and anxiety, especially if we have some things physically going on in our bodies that we are feeling stuck with and not getting answers from, the medical community or from our healthcare provider. And what happens is our entire nervous system can get stuck in those old pathways of responding in fight or flight or freeze instead of resting and digesting. And when this happens, we need a little gentle push to restore our autonomic nervous system, or ANS, to a state of peace. And this is where the Safe and Sound protocol comes in. Now, the Safe and Sound protocol, it was actually developed by Dr. Stephen Porges using his polyvagal theory. And I'll share with you more if you want to dive a little bit deeper into that. But it uses specially crafted music, hence the word sound from Safe and Sound. It uses specially crafted music to send cues of safety to the nervous system via your acoustic nerve, via your auditory nerve, allowing you to get past that stuck and then begin to bring healing to the body. And we're talking emotional and physical healing to the body. And in brief, daily sessions, you will listen to music as you go about your normal routines. Some people like to listen while they go for a walk. We listen headphones. So some like to listen as they go for a walk with their app. Or some people like to just take a few minutes to color or draw. And before you shut me off saying, oh my gosh, I don't have time to do that. You do when your body needs to get it a way, it is not time schedule and a much needed prescription for soothing your ANS and experiencing the peace that you've been longing for. Now, while each of these tools are beneficial, much like your toothbrush, they only work when you use them, right? So I want to encourage you to find time in your schedule to practice a breathing exercise, to make time to connect with the earth, or to schedule a quick call with me so that we can find out if the Safe and Sound protocol is right for you or for your child, to help bring peace in your heart and mind so your body truly can begin to heal. So I'm so thankful that you joined in with me today. I'm going to be coming in soon